Again, so many people to thank, but I think what perspective I'd like to offer is that, when we returned after the storm, there was a lot of conversations we had in the community about what our priorities were and whether our basketball team was one of them. And I'm very gratified to see the effort that's been happening over the last 3 months, the momentum that's been gained, not because much of us sold tickets, but because you actually feel this momentum. I don't know that there's any one issue that you have this type of leadership come together, that we all agree that this is an important asset for this community. It's a community treasure that we all need to work together to fight hard to make sure that we have a long-standing tradition here. On behalf of the team, our 140 employees, the 2,000 or so employees that work this arena on game nights, those vendors that have jobs that are contingent upon the Hornets being here, I'm going to tell you we're going to fight like heck to make sure that every single fan has a great experience when they come here. We're going to fight like heck that every fan who buys season tickets gets value from those tickets, that they grow their business with those tickets as an investment, and that we continue to do things in the community. We do over 350 events in the community every single year, whether it's building playgrounds, working with kids in schools, and those are the types of commitments we believe that when the next generations come through this arena to watch a game, they'll know that the Hornets have always been here and will always be here. We thank you for your support.
Thank you. John, you want to step up with me? And Billy, real quick, we wanted to just, again, join in the celebration tonight, and we congratulate you, Governor, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, guys. It happens to be St. Bernard night. That's why I'm in the shirt. President Young and President Nungesser and I have accepted a challenge amongst each other. So to get from that 6,000 to 10,000, the community challenge per capita season ticket will hang the banner next year. Who wins this the per capita season ticket challenge to support you, Mayor? And so we're announcing that tonight. The good news is what we're going to tell St. Bernard is that if we don't win, we're moving Billy Nungesser into St. Bernard, so we'll use that as our advantage. But we want to thank the community, almost, and let you guys know that we're here for the long haul. When we gathered in December, we made a commitment to push this issue, and it's not over. We have a little breathing room, and we want to thank personally all of the business leaders who have stepped up and have taken this on, because it really is a great gem, as you said, and a great engine for the entire region. So thank you guys very much.
With that, Governor, if I may open it up to questions for somebody else that wants to say a couple words?
I'd just like to say this has been a great effort, and Governor and Mr. Mayor and Parish Presidents, thanks for really calling on us. It shows again to us, to the business community, that the people of this region and the business community here in the region are so resilient and love a challenge. And when we presented a challenge since Katrina, it seems like every time we meet the challenge, it's just we love knocking them out of the park or having a slam dunk every time. So it's just great to meet this challenge. I think it sent a really strong message to the nation that we are an NBA city. That's felt great. I think having this as an economic engine is just fantastic. It's a powerful economic engine we have in the Hornets, and that's been a great tool too. And it's, I think, once again sent a message that the Hornets are home in New Orleans, that this is the Hornets' home. And other cities are not wanted here to take our Hornets. We're keeping the Hornets, and it's great to have them here with us. And I've been proud to be a part of this effort. So thank you, Governor, and thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Clearly, this is the place to be tonight. It also proves that in the state of Louisiana, our leadership is in a true alignment from the state to the regional to the municipal levels. We've stepped up our game, and we intend to keep our Hornets. I applaud the efforts of the regional business councils, chambers, and our fans. And we look forward to meeting that 10,000 goal of season ticket holders and surpassing it. Thank you.
Please, questions for our participants.
For the governor. is there any progress on a new lease agreement? And also, if there is an improved inducement package on the table, is it something that's viable for the state?
Sure, a couple of things. One, we've said all along we're going to take this one step at a time. The first step was keeping them here for another year, and that's what we're able to do with today's announcement. Our second step, now we're focused on those season tickets, getting to 10,000. And by the way, certainly we want to sell 10,000 season tickets. We also want to increase and renew the sponsorship for the Hornets as well. So this is about selling season tickets. It's also about businesses stepping up their sponsorship of the Hornets as well. We have continued to have ongoing conversations with the Hornets. We'll continue to do that directly with the Hornets as well as with potential new owners as well to keep them in the state. But no, there's nothing imminent about a new lease agreement or any other type of long-term contract. Right now we're doing this one step at a time. First step was to keep them here for another year. We've accomplished that. Our second step is certainly try to increase season ticket holders and sponsorship. You know, the NBA has made it very clear to us. Their goal in all this is to increase the financial stability of the team. So having more people buy season tickets, having more corporate sponsors helps to do that. Now, those are the factors we can control. There are factors we can't control. You know, for example, there'll be a labor negotiation, and that could potentially also improve the value of the team. It's projected, and again, we'll see how that turns out, but it's projected that could help improve the value of many smaller or mid-market sized teams, and that could certainly benefit the Hornets. At this point, we'll continue those conversations with Hugh, with Jack, with the NBA, with potential owners, but we also want to do this one step at a time. First step was keeping them here for a year. Now our next step, our next focus, let's get those season tickets up. And the Hornets, by the way, will be announcing a very specific campaign in the coming days and weeks ahead. But let's get those season tickets up. Let's get those corporate sponsorships up. I think that's one more tangible, concrete step we can take in the short term to show the NBA we're serious about keeping the Hornets here, but it also objectively increases the financial stability of the team to make the team even more attractive to potential purchasers.
Yes, John.
Governor and Jack, when you spoke to us in December, you said that the NBA had not specifically said what they were seeking as far as revenue share. And you've been negotiating for probably more than a month. Have they, was in Houston, when the definite conditions, number one important thing is to have financial makeup of the team for the long term, but have they specifically came forth to you and say this is where we need to go? Or
No, and I wouldn't characterize. We've had great conversations and discussions. I wouldn't characterize them as negotiations because they're not ready to be at that point yet, and that's okay. And so, no, we haven't gotten to that point yet. But what we have done is talked in general about what can we do, and in detail about what can we do to make this team more stable and to secure their presence in New Orleans. I know that's what Hugh and Jack are working towards doing. The first step was obviously getting the short-term attendance benchmarks, but the reason I'm emphasizing so much the importance for our fans to continue that momentum is the second step. One of the things the NBA has indicated to us is they have been impressed with the short-term focus and enthusiasm and the response from the community. The next thing we can do to show the NBA how serious we are about keeping the Hornets is to make that longer-term commitment. And again, one of the things that has been discussed with us is we were at 10,000 season tickets a couple of years ago. The team's playing incredibly great basketball on the floor. No reason we can't get back to 10,000. By the way, we were at 10,000 when they went through the playoffs, and obviously they were doing very well. They're doing very well again. There's no reason we can't get back to the 10,000. So we're still not at that point where we're actually negotiating specifics on a long-term contract. What we are doing is talking about what are the concrete steps we can take together to increase the stability of the team and to increase and to make it so that they do stay here for the long term. And right now, the next step we can focus on is continuing to sell those season tickets and also the corporate sponsorships.
I just would add one thing, and that would be that obviously everything the governor said is accurate. The objective is to find a local buyer to purchase this team, so the team will be here for the long term. All the steps the governor just outlined will advance that cause. I think the support the last recent weeks from the business community is a great step forward. I think the team's play is fantastic. We get to the 10,000 season ticket level as the governor has outlined. We increase our sponsorships. These will all be great steps forward to securing local ownership and the long-term presence of the Hornets in New Orleans. So that's the goal, and that is to find a local buyer. That still is the goal.
On the end over there.
Yeah, last time we were here, we were talking about possibly some people buying the Hornets. I'm just wondering, Is there any movement along that front? I couldn't hear the question they asked over there.
Sure.
It may be the same, but
Yeah, look, I think there are still people here that have expressed and continue to express an interest in buying at least a portion of the team. And we have continued to talk to not only the folks here, but other folks that aren't here that have previously expressed an interest in buying a portion of the team to put that group together. But as Jack said, I think part of making the team more attractive to a potential purchaser and part of making the team more attractive for the NBA to keep them here is to increase the support, to increase their stability. Part of that was met today with the short-term attendance, but really to make the team even more attractive to a potential purchaser, I think is going to require the fans to continue to show their support. Part of what we can do right now is to buy those season tickets and to show the NBA and show the folks that are potentially interested in investing in this team that it is viable for them to stay here in New Orleans for the long term. So there continues to be interest. Many of those people that are here today have expressed and continue to. There hasn't been any diminishment of interest by any of the people that you see here. If anything, I think the interest has only grown. But I think right now the short-term next step we can focus on is to continue to increase the fan support. Let's sell those 10,000 season tickets. Let's increase the sponsorships, and I think that'll make the team even more attractive to the folks up here and folks that aren't here in terms of buying the team.
Mitch, go ahead.
Yeah, Governor, along those lines, is there a timetable? Is the NBA giving you a timetable when local ownership needs to be in place? For example, you talked about the benchmark for
No, they've not. And like I said, the conversations have been friendly. They've been productive. I wouldn't characterize them as negotiations. At this point, we're still talking together about how can we work in partnership to keep the Hornets here. They haven't given us deadlines. They haven't said it has to be done by this date. We are talking in terms of selling these season tickets. I'd characterize that. That's a process that's going to take several weeks to months. That's not going to happen overnight. So we've done this one step at a time. First step, everybody's been focused on making sure we got to today. We could declare victory today. We've done that. Now the second step is focusing on those intermediate steps. And in the meantime, we'll continue to have those discussions. But to their credit, the NBA has not tried to give us an artificial deadline. They've said they want to work with us and continue to improve the value of the team, improve the chances they'll stay here. And it's all emphasized right now. I know there's a lot of speculation about the long term. Let's focus on what we can control next. The next step we can control, let's sell those 10,000 season tickets, make the team more attractive, more valuable. It's also another tangible step how we can show the NBA we're serious about keeping our Hornets here in New Orleans.
Time for one last question. Anything in closing, Governor?
Well, I just want to... 525 Hoop, buy the tickets. I want to thank the great fans of New Orleans. They've done a great job keeping their Hornets here. Thank you to the fans of New Orleans and Louisiana. They've done a great job. Thank y'all very much.